Guys, it's Tiger, and today, kind of the things going through my head is my mystery shopping days. So back 2013, I guess, the super typhoon ripped through the Philippines. If you remember that, and my wife, she's from uh, Tanawan, which is just south of Tacloban, where the eye of the storm went through, and it wiped out. They had they li- her family lived in this little lean-to on the back of her uncle's house, and it all got wiped out. It was gone. You could see Google Earth, and you could just everything just it was just a disaster. So she didn't know what to do. So um, she sent some money home, got her family to go up to Manila. So we had, um, chucking out several $100s for this and that. And a couple days later, I'm at work and I see this email. And I used to do something for a company called CRI, Corporate Research International. And at the time, they did all these gas stations. They did a lot of Sunoco's, Marathons, Exxon, back when Exxon was, um, I forget who they were with. So they said they needed 30 shops done in the next couple days. And I was like, I'm sitting there at work, and I ain't gonna lie, I, you know, I saw that, and the first thing I did, because hey, we had good internet at work, and so I move that over, buddy, and I start copying all the addresses, making a Google map, and I'm like, man, these are all right there. And really, the best thing about this particular route was that you could do it anytime the stores were open. So a lot of times you might get restrictions, only during, like 8 to 5 or something. But they said, nope, anytime. Well, that could mean, and some of these stores were open till 11 o'clock. So this was Friday morning, and I'm sitting there, and so I went in, and I was like, man. And so it was, I want to say I made $1,200. I left work. I went straight home. I grabbed me a bag, um, and this is December. Not gonna lie, it was December, so it was cold. So anyway, so I went home. I got changed, whatever. Told the wife I'm out. See ya. I'll see you Sunday night, whatever. So I got in the car and I drove. I had this time I was using GPS, not your phone, but on GPS, right? So punching in all these things, and get down, and of course, this was Southern Kentucky. I had to go around Hazard, I think Neon. There's several places down in that area close to the Virginia border. So I got bam. So I got down there, and I went till 11 o'clock at night. I mean, they were open. I got there, and I went, took my pictures, did this and that. I crashed in the car. I woke up at 6 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, and going to the next one, boom. And some of these places GPS wouldn't find, and I'd have to stop, go in a store somewhere and ask, and hey, where's the, so finally you find a place and you take care of it and you go on down the road. And one of them, um, the road was out. And when I say the road was out, the road was out. And I'm driving down this little road at night. Now I got a Nissan. I'm in a Nissan Sentra, and it didn't have the best headlights. Let me tell you something. I'm driving down, and all of a sudden, here's this stuff that says road closed, um, and you could see that they were going to put in a bridge. And so if I hadn't have caught that sucker, I was going. I don't know how far down it was, but all I know is it was not that that thing was not there. There was no road. There was nothing. And I'm on this, and I'm on. Nobody, everybody else knew there wasn't, so nobody else was there. So luckily a little Nissan turns around, so I turned around and I'm making my way back, and I don't know, man. I finally figured out how to drive. What other roads to go around, because when it's in the dark and you ain't got that GPS on your phone yet, right? This was we was going back to the future, so I, I remember that I finished up day two, and for Sunday, or I finished, ended up, I had to drive all the way over to Murray, Kentucky. I was right around the Murray area, and so I drove back. And my dad, he lives in Madisonville, so I was on the I don't know, Western Kentucky Parkway, I guess, and I was driving back to my dad's, and I had called him and said, hey, I don't know what's going to go, but maybe we can just have breakfast in the morning. So I pulled into the rest stop right outside of Madisonville, because at this time it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 or 2. It was cold. I was tired. I pulled in. I just let the seat back and I went to sleep. I got up in the morning and I went in to use the bathroom, and I came back out, and I got in the car and I was like, man, what's that smell? You know, and I was like, oh my God, it was me. Which the fact was is that I had been living in that car for 2 days, and literally just getting in that car, driving, eat, go inside to use the bathroom somewhere, and just that was it. Just it was, um, I so I got up. I got up at like 6 o'clock. I go to my dad's house, and I he says, well, do you wanna do you want to clean it? I'm like, oh yeah, I got a shower. So I went in, I showered, because I felt so good. So we went to Cracker Barrel, and I had a couple gas station stops on the way home. But it was such a blessing, because we had just dished out like $1,500 to help her family, and here, 2 or 3 weeks later, I was getting a check in the mail for another $1,200. So it didn't offset everything, but boy, it was just, you know, it was just, God's timing in that was just perfect, and so we really didn't miss a beat. And I never, I didn't feel begrudged, because it was just a horrible situation. And here 10 years later, we're having hurricanes that are hitting deep inland. So anyway, guys, um, thank you very much, and I'm gonna get on the road to head home. So enjoy your night, and God bless you.